This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 2nd day of August in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Longtime executive member of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Roger Forbes Luncheon, passed away this morning at the Georgetown Hospital, where he was recovering from an ailment. He was a patient of the hospital for several weeks. Dr. Luncheon served as Cabinet Secretary and head of the Presidential Secretariat for more than 20 years under various PPP civic governments. He was considered to be a key player in the government and was behind many major decisions made over the years. He also served as Secretary to the Defense Board. In paying tribute, President Irfan Ali this morning said Dr. Luncheon was an exceptional patriot and a national icon who was fearless and selfless in his complete commitment to national development and defense of a free and democratic Guyana. The president also said his death is a painful and deep-wounded loss for the government and his party, the PPP. Dr. Luncheon served as Cabinet Secretary and head of the Presidential Secretariat throughout the entire 12-year presidency of Bharat Jagdeo. Mr. Jagdeo, who is now Vice President under the current PP civic government, paid tribute this morning to one of his closest colleagues. Mr. Jagdeo said Dr. Roger Luncheon was a true son of the soil who helped to shape the lives of many, adding that he has left a rich legacy of true commitment to service, patriotism, and a deep sense of national pride and hard work for the people of Guyana. In 2014, Dr. Luncheon announced to the media that he was diagnosed with cancer the previous year and that it had started to spread around his body. While he transferred some of his roles and functions at the time, he remained on the job until 2015 when the PP Civic lost the elections. He remained active in the PPP, and when the party regained power in 2020, he was rehired in an advisory position at the office of the president. Party officials this morning described him as a longtime party stalwart who had selflessly dedicated himself to the public service in Guyana and made several contributions to the country's political landscape. Our condolences to his family. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now, transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that my crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, and 9 students for the 2023-2024 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 613-4806.
strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to us.
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brick Dam next to Star Computers. Telephone 2260415-7. Comfortable parking available.
Let's tell you now that today marked 3 years since President Irfaan Ali took office, and he said there's a lot to be proud of. In fact, the president during an interview said the achievements of his team over the last 3 years have been nothing short of impressive. In outlining some of the achievements of his government over the past 3 years, the president said massive infrastructural development, support for women, children, and the elderly, the expansion of the information and technology sector and the housing sector, as well as work done in education, health, and agriculture, are some of the hallmarks of his administration.
But we have also been able to set a new paradigm for Guyana, one in which we are working beyond the size of our country, one in which we are working beyond the population of our country, a paradigm in which we are going to position, and note my language, we are going to position Guyana as an important global leader on three of the most challenging crises that the world faces. That is food, energy, and climate.
In the interview, the president also said he wants his government to gain the credentials of a government that is caring, one that listens to the people, and one that acts in the interest of the people. Mr. Ali said his government over the past 3 years has been able to put people at the center of everything that it does.
So I would say, we have been able to keep our promises in the manifesto. We have brought back jobs in the sugar estate. We are revitalizing the sugar sector. We are revitalizing agriculture. We are putting food security on the front. We are investing in human development, in the modernization of our country, in the technological advancement of our country.
He noted that one of the main challenges that his government has faced is getting the human resources to get the job done and having ambitious timelines and goals. He said the government is confined to working with the available resources, and therefore there might be some sloth in achieving some goals.
We work with specific emphasis and eyes on result. That is what I want at the end of the day, where we achieve results. There has been many challenges. We came into office in a very complex global environment. Climate change. We have managed 2 floods so far of national scale. We have managed COVID-19. Almost 1.5 years of office was operating in the confines of a COVID-19 environment. So to achieve what we achieved in such an environment is remarkable by any standard.
The president also took a swipe at the opposition members of parliament, saying that they have not shown themselves to be a viable alternative to his government. Opposition Member of Parliament Roysdale Ford is of the view that a simplistic approach being taken by the government to address a shortage of nurses in the country will only result in the further migration of nurses and other key medical personnel. Faced with an acute shortage of nurses in the public healthcare system due to increasing migration, the government of Guyana has announced that it is looking to import nurses from Cuba to remedy the situation. But the opposition member of parliament Roysdale Ford in a statement said such a move would do more harm than good. He said a surprisingly simplistic thinking and approach of the government to address the worrying shortage of nurses could only lead to further diminish the current number of nurses, causing a diminution of the important sector of the society. He said the solution to the challenges facing Guyana's public healthcare sector lies in a report that was compiled by the Pan American Health Organization in 2011. According to that report, nurses at the time were not only migrating to the US, but to the UK and other Caribbean islands, and they were also moving to the private healthcare sector due to better working conditions, remuneration, and increased benefits. The report also spoke of the need to improve other benefits such as shift differentials and remote pay differentials, the provision of incentives such as financial or soft bank loans for homes, cars, and other necessities, and non-financial protocols for best practice and awards. MP Ford said nurses, like other healthcare workers, play a critical role in the delivery of primary healthcare. At the Georgetown Public Hospital alone, some 500 nurses are needed. At the national level, there is a shortage of more than 1,200 nurses. To remedy the situation, Guyana is looking to Canada also for technical support as it moves to expand the nursing programs. This evening, fire and police investigators are continuing their probe into that devastating early Tuesday morning fire that completely destroyed 13 passenger boats that were parked close to the Vreed-en-Hoop stelling on the west coast of Demerara. The Guyana Fire Service in a statement said the cause of the fire is still to be determined. It was explained that firemen were called to the scene at around 1:49 on Tuesday morning and went into action immediately, using a water tender and crew from the Lagrange Fire Station along with a fireboat protector. The fire service said when its officers got to the scene, several of the wooden boats were already on fire, and by the time the fire was extinguished, 13 boats were completely destroyed, while 6 others were slightly damaged. According to the police, the investigations so far have revealed that the fire started from the rear end of one of the boats that was docked on the southern side of the Vreed-en-Hoop stelling. The fire quickly spread to the other boats that were nearby. A security guard who was on duty in the area was taken into custody for questioning, along with a number of other persons. The investigations are ongoing.
We will always rally round our friends.
We home. The men in maroon are back in Guyana to battle India in 2 T20 international matches at the Guyana National Stadium. Catch the action in the cool, stylish fans T20 series, powered by Black and White, on August 6th and August 8th. Bowling off at 10:30 a.m. Purchase tickets at windiescricket.com and receive 20% off box office prices. Tickets already discounted. Other conditions apply. West Indies versus India. Let's rally around our team. We home.
Rally, 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 rally round the West Indies.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Oh no, I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. U.I.N.A. Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Oh, yeah. Oh, and every country want friendship like the village on the east bank. Make up out then if you want.
The U.S. Embassy has announced that the U.S. government, through the United States Agency for International Development, is partnering with the Ministry of Health in Guyana to support Guyana's public health infrastructure system. According to a statement from the embassy, USAID's Country Health Information Systems and Data Use Program, which is a flagship data and information system project of the USAID Bureau for Global Health, is providing 2 global public health technical consultants to the Ministry of Health for a 1-year period. The advisors will be focusing on 2 key areas: addressing COVID-19 data management issues and enhancing the public health supply chain management system. The embassy said Mr. Emeka Ogbulu, a seasoned public health supply chain expert, is collaborating with the Health Ministry's Materials Management Unit to strengthen the efficiency and effectiveness of the public health supply chain management system. In particular, he is coordinating with the unit's director in strengthening the operations and logistics of the central and regional warehouses. With extensive experience in supply chain logistics and management, Mr. Ogbulu is dedicated to supporting the ministry's vision for 2030 and aligning efforts to achieve public health objectives objectives, the embassy said. And Mr. Yazabantu Soldati, a health information systems advisor from South Africa, is leading efforts to identify and implement solutions related to the collection, storage, and utilization of COVID-19 data. With more than 15 years of experience in information systems and data analytics, Mr. Soldati brings a wealth of experience to support monitoring and evaluation and operations research of health programs, the embassy noted. Expressing support for the initiative, the U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, said through the partnership, the U.S. government through USAID is bolstering Guyana's capacity to combat COVID-19 and optimize public health supply chain management. In the world of business and finance and the oil and gas sector, the Guyana Revenue Authority has processed $2.1 billion in VAT refunds that were claimed by the oil and gas companies at the end of 2019. That's according to the GRA Commissioner General Godfrey Stacia. He made those statements while appearing before the Public Accounts Committee. In its 2020 report on the Public Accounts of Guyana, the Audit Office of Guyana had flagged the non-issuance of VAT refunds. It was pointed out that applications for VAT refunds by companies in the oil and gas sector for 2019 had amounted to $2.4 billion. However, by November of 2020, VAT refunds totaling $280.9 million were made to one company, while VAT refunds totaling just over $8 million were rejected. Additionally, VAT refunds totaling $26.7 million were disallowed. At the time of the report, $2.1 billion in VAT refunds were being processed by the authority.
So we would have processed all VAT refunds for all companies up to the end of 2020 or 2021. 2020, we would have brought all of that up to date. That's the number one. And we kept it up to date going forward, up to now.
Mr. Stacia also noted that companies for which tax refunds have been approved have been provided with exception letters, and the new system is progressing smoothly.
What we also do is that instead of paying the VAT refunds, we have done a different thing whereby we would have given the VAT exemption letters, so we would have minimized, the claim for VAT refunds.
The GRA boss also said a new system is intended to prevent the authority from experiencing cash flow issues. With the country's oil and gas sector booming, the Guyana Revenue Authority has admitted that it currently lacks the capacity to conduct full audits of the oil companies, even as the same oil companies and their subcontractors continue to hire away staff from the Guyana Revenue Authority. On Monday, the Commissioner General of the GRA, Godfrey Stacia, appeared before the Public Accounts Committee, and he said the GRA is running thin on staff for its Petroleum Revenue Department. He told the Public Accounts Committee that the GRA is desperately in need of auditors with the requisite qualifications. He said the situation has resulted in the GRA Petroleum Revenue Department being operated with a skeletal staff.
Instead of training only persons in oil and gas, you take a wide cross section of everybody, you train them, and then you take the best and put them there.
The department requires 67 staffers to function to capacity. There are currently less than 20 staffers in the department. The head of the GRA said he believes that the department can function optimally, but in a couple of years.
The oil and gas training is a technical aspect of taxation, and you do not meet that level almost immediately. But what I mean is that anytime I see an oil and gas file, there are lots of things that are not being dealt with. I'm sure if the journal goes through one of them, he wouldn't see it. He would see the same thing, because we need to look specifically for some specific transactions where you would find a lot of profit shifting and transfer pricing between the related companies in the oil and gas industry.
Despite the explanation by the GRA Commissioner General, the government members of the PAC, Dr. Vishwa Mahadio and Darren Kumar Siraj, urged Mr. Stacia to see how best he can correct the situation as a matter of urgency. Mr. Mahadio said, based on Mr. Stacia's explanations, the 2023 and the 2024 audits are likely to come with a lot of queries because the GRA was not able to cover the oil company's accounts properly. For his part, Mr. Siraj said he believes with all that has been taking place and with all that has been said about ExxonMobil's and its dealings and its records, the GRA must equip itself to ensure it can deal with the audits that need to be done.
I would want to urge that whatever CE is doing, whatever GRA is doing now, the team down there is doing now, they also accelerate at a pace to match that of the sector, the developing sector. And we're going to get bigger and bigger. I don't know whether 67 is going to be adequate enough in 5 years' time or whether we'll need more people. So we have to do whatever it takes to get the staff in there to do the work of the Petroleum Revenue Department.
When pressed with questions by opposition member Vreed Finance and how the authority will conduct the audits, Mr. Stacia explained that the vacuum does not extend to auditing the entire book of the oil companies, but to auditing the more technical aspects, which is cost oil.
Did you know Guy Oil's ultra-low sulfur diesel, ULSD, contains less than 0.0001% sulfur? That's significantly less than regular diesel. By using ULSD, you're helping to reduce harmful emissions that can negatively impact the environment and your health. ULSD provides better fuel economy and engine performance thanks to its advanced formulation. When refueling your diesel vehicle, choose Guy Oil's ULSD for a cleaner, more efficient ride.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yeah, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? And I just pay my bills using MMG,
Yes, Jack. And the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
No. The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait. I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man. You didn't know that? Yes. All self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor at the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight,
I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. The Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum says tropical Pacific and Atlantic Ocean temperatures should remain well above average, continuing to amplify heat stress in the Caribbean by increasing temperatures, humidity, and heat wave frequency to rival the warmest conditions on record. In its forecast for the period August to October 2023, the Climate Outlook Forum said the unusual warm Pacific and Atlantic have opposing effects on Caribbean rainfall and hurricane season activity. It said for now, the record warm Atlantic appears predominant in much of the islands, resulting in limited drought concern, whereas the potential for flooding, flash floods, and cascading hazards will be high due to copious rains. BBC in a report said police raids targeting drug gangs in 3 Brazilian states have left at least 43 people dead. In the latest operation in Rio de Janeiro, police said they returned fire in a shootout in the Complexo da Pina area, killing at least 10. Earlier, 14 people died in clashes during a 5-day police raid in São Paulo state, dubbed Operation Shield. In the northeastern state of Bahia, officials say 19 suspects have been killed since Friday. 58 people were arrested during the operation in São Paulo state, which began after a special forces police officer was killed on Thursday. Police seized 385 kilograms of narcotics, as well as guns, according to local media. The operation, however, has been criticized by some, who are of the opinion that the police reaction was not proportional to the crime committed. And finally tonight, international news. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been charged with plotting to overturn his 2020 election defeat. He's accused of 4 counts, including conspiracy to defraud the U.S., tampering with a witness, and conspiracy against the rights of citizens. BBC in a report said the indictment caps an inquiry into events surrounding the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. Mr. Trump, 77, who is again running for president, denies any wrongdoing. On social media, he called the case ridiculous. The Republican politician has already been charged in 2 other cases, with mishandling classified files and falsifying business records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star. The election investigation has focused on Mr. Trump's actions in the 2-month period between his loss to Joe Biden and the riot in Washington, D.C., where his supporters stormed Congress as lawmakers certified the Democrats' victory. The man leading the inquiry, Special Counsel Jack Smith, did not charge the former president with inciting the mob that day, but he told reporters that the attack on the nation's capital on January 6, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy.
And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.